Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another video 3D modeling the new sleeves that I used this week in a render already, so here it is for you guys. As you can see, the base is the Genesis 2 female bodysuit. I've cut off most of the body obviously and the newly added gloves as well. This is actually a piece where I tried to go into more of the detail and ornaments, so this is also a bit of a training exercise for me. As you can see, I'm using the extrusion tool here, but in a very different way. There's a few different intrusions you can do, and if you've seen it, I have used actually not the the yellow dot in the middle, but rather there's a small red cube, which you can also use to shape your object. The rest, as you can see, is also extrusion, but in this case not of a group of faces, but rather of a group of edges, which gives a different tool basically. So the extrusion is the same, but the options you have for extrusion are differently. And you can see that whenever I actually extrude different pieces, like you can't extrude points, for example, but you can extrude edges, which gives you the option if you grab an edge of the side of the object, you can just enlarge it. If you grab an edge on the inside of the object, what it actually does is it basically surrounds the edge and makes it the center of another group of faces. Yeah, right now I'm basically adding more detail to the thing with the same with the extrusion tool as well, but I'm working on faces here. I've worked on faces. Right now I'm basically trying to model the diamond shape that is on top of the arm guard, or the shoulder piece here, not shoulder piece but arm piece, but on the upper arm. And yeah, I've grabbed a few faces too much, so basically I just had to I basically just went back a step, deleted it, and grabbed the same faces minus the ones I grabbed too much as well. And yeah, I was just a little bit of adjusting the points. Here I just get basically the desired shape. The whole project just took me about 40 minutes, so this is like just 4 times the speed. Usually the video is a lot faster, so this time it's actually visible to see what I do when I do the different pieces. Yeah, right now I'm drawing a line. You can see that I used the polyline tool for this, and this is due to the fact that this lets me adjust the next shape really simple. I can then thicken the line to have an actual 3D object that you can see in the render. But yeah, to adjust or to set the line, as you can see, I'm working with different angles, and the idea is that the dot that I'm working on currently is basically on the same height as the underlying object, because when I thicken this, the point where the dot is the center of the ring that gets created. So basically every dot will become a ring in the model, as you can see, and the center of these rings is basically now on the level of the underlying model, of the underlying mesh. And yeah, this helps basically just get the whole thing across. At this point I didn't I did not extrude this from the base thing like I did with the rounding for the gem, because a structure as complex as this swirly here is much more complicated to actually extrude, because I would have to first I would have to make many more small details and small yeah, basically subdivide the mesh way more before I can actually pull this out. And you can see that I copy pasted it before I before I smoothed it down. This is because I knew I was going to copy to the other side, from the front to the back, or back to the front, I'm not sure, but I copied it, and I wanted to be able to adjust it before I actually before I actually smooth it, just so that I can work easy on it. I'm going to use the extrusion tool again. You can see now that I'm grabbing the red, you could have seen that I grabbed the red cube again. And yeah, in this case I just thought, okay, I'm going to make a simple but visible identifiable shape on the top of the, or inside of the guard, on the side of the end. And yeah, the number of faces is basically just so decided that I basically had to yeah, cheat a bit. So basically for the most of these parts I grabbed 4 faces to adjust this, but on one side I just grabbed 3 because it the thing isn't fully symmetrical, so it's not fully divisible by 3 or 4, so it didn't work out. But yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. Yeah, the last thing I had to do was basically just adjust the sleeve and give it a little cutout, which was, yeah, basically the easiest part of the whole thing is to yeah, adjust the sleeve, weld a few points, and there we have it, almost. So I gave it a bit more depth here to, or gave it a bit more volume here to sorry, to change the form a bit, so it shouldn't when it is this open, it shouldn't cling to the body that much. It should be a bit more wide. Yeah, and this is why I chose to edit this slightly bit. As you can see, as usual, I'm grabbing the edge for another border that I'm setting. So it just basically, if I now change the opacity or the the opacity map or something of the sleeve, I still have a solid edge on the side, and nothing just likes and ends blind, which is important. Yeah, last thing we are checking out are the UV maps, obviously. So the arm was rather easy. I could just cut it open on one piece. Same goes for the upper arm guard and the gems. For the ornaments here, I basically just grabbed one line on the backside, the one inside the mesh that is a clipping that you don't see, and cut it open there. So they set the seam there. So basically, it is yeah, just one side that I can easily work in. It's called shoulder snakes. These are the gemstones on the left and right side, or on the front and back. And finally, we're finishing off with the iron guard, or with the hand guard, with the sleeve on the hand. This was a bit more tricky because for this one I actually had to yeah, see that I cut this open rather big, and I actually could have worked on the UV map a bit more on this one, but I just thought since I'm going to make it metal anyway, it wouldn't be that visible. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this video helps you see a bit more in detail. And yeah, that's it for today. As always, stay healthy, stay safe, and I hope to see you guys around. Enjoy the render.